Hi guys, so I am back with a new setup for March because it is that time already and this month seems to be going super fast. But yeah, I'm back and I am still continuing my theme of places I want to go someday. Maybe, hopefully, you know, no guarantees because these places require money and I have a long list of places, so we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, we're back. March is all about, if you haven't guessed already, Egypt. And I definitely think during this one has been my most stressful one of all of these because it involves a lot of faces. And while I don't really draw faces ever. It's not really my thing, or probably strong point either. And these aren't even hyper realistic, these are just vaguely realistic and still stress me out because I didn't want to get it wrong and offend anybody because obviously these are someone's history, someone's culture, and I want to do it justice. If I'm going to draw it, I want to do it justice. Because this is something I'd like to go and see one day, if I can. Certainly I'd like to go to the country. But yeah, we're going with this, so I started off strong. What's one of the first things we associate with Egypt, apart from mummies, is pharaohs and the great kings and queens of the past, so that's what I went with. And I am very well aware that his headpiece, I don't actually know its proper name, is missing a bit on the front, but after several attempts at the top, I couldn't get it right. And considering I was already terrified of completely butchering doing their faces, I thought let's not add any insult to injury and try and draw the top bit and get it completely wrong. So I left them off. Hopefully Egypt will forgive me for that. But I thought it was better to do this bit nicely rather than attempt something I was completely incapable of doing and get it horribly wrong and offend everyone. But it went better than I thought it would. I was expecting those faces to go a lot worse. But we're on to my first week setup, and I think we've probably got films like The Mummy to thank for this, the good Mummy with Brendan Fraser, not the recent one, where we think of all these different gods and guardians, so it seemed pretty fitting to choose one to go in this bit. And Anubis seemed pretty fitting as the one to choose as well, because, thanks to those films, we see a lot about the afterlife, so that's what I went with. I think he's probably, I don't want to say the most famous, but one of the most famous we kind of see over here in Western culture depicted in different things. So, I don't know. That's why I went for it. There's no kind of specific ties to thinking about the afterlife is why I chose it. But that is, I think it's just for me, it's the one I kind of think of the most when I kind of think of these things, if you were to ask me to name Egyptian gods. But, we'll go with it. And then this page was a relatively simple one in terms of the design for the side for Egypt. I went with the pyramids because a lot of us, you think Egypt, you think pyramids. Maybe not everybody, but I do, and I kept these ones pretty simple, to be fair, because I didn't want to kind of go, I don't know, I didn't want to kind of go over the top with them, but you can see that they're the pyramids, so I kind of went with that without overstressing myself, and trying to do something that ended up looking ridiculous. And they're sideways because I couldn't fit them in tall ways, I don't know, long ways. But then we come on to this one, and I went with a sphinx. Now, the face on the face just stressed me out no end. It doesn't look too horrific. It certainly could have been better. Faces are not my thing. They really are just not my thing, and maybe I could do them better if I did it more often. Certainly I know somewhere I do have images that I've drawn, like portraits of people, but it's just not my thing anymore. Perhaps I should try harder. I don't know. We'll see if I ever, have time to myself to do things that I was going to say want to do. I don't know if I want to do faces, but, to practice my skills to get new things. And then we have the last page. What's the one really famous thing that most things know? It is I was going to say hieroglyphics. It's not hieroglyphics, is it? It's not water. Hieroglyphics. And I hope when I found these images, I did just Google hieroglyphics and I found some images and I copied some symbols. I don't know what it means. That's probably pretty ignorant of me. But I'm assuming most people can't read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, and I'm really hoping that if I have written something out and copied something, it isn't anything horrific. I'm certainly hoping that as it was on, the first page of results, that it's pretty safe. But it is definitely something I think of when I think of Egypt. I assume most people do. But we all think of hieroglyphics and the old ancient writing and symbols. But anyway, I am rambling. I'm going to try and come up with another one of these for next month, and I will see you then. Enjoy this flip through.